Hello, Mike. From the app, I have questions for your dream. You have a dream. We see a video in Holland, with from your start from England here, and you say, "I have a dream. Maybe in the future, I will win the All Japan."
Yeah.
I don't know. You like that you like it that I tell you this question, but. You are not say you are, you know what I mean.
It's a
but
dream, but it's an impossible dream.
yeah, maybe. Some people ask in the app, what you think? Can you win from this moment? The price for this fish they pay so high that can you win from the guys with the big money? What you think about?
Well, I think, as I said to you a moment ago, I think for Waterboy show, I think pattern is really important. But I think for all Japan Koi show, I don't think pattern's so important. I think body and quality are much more important. Of course, yeah, if the pattern's good, then it's better. But if you look at koi over the years that have won Grand Champion, a lot of Grand Champions over the years, the pattern's not been that fantastic, but the fish itself has been fantastic technically. So yeah, I've got a big dream to get something good enough and nice enough to win, but it's really being realistic. There's so many people out there chasing that dream. I'm just one of so many people that maybe it's impossible, maybe it's never going to happen, but still I need to try.
No dreams, no life, Mike.
No dream, no life, that's right.
Yes, and I think also, I said to you, a bad fish needs a good pattern,
Yeah.
and a good fish is also good with a bad pattern.
Yeah.
Another question from people. Think that you have one fish or two fish or three fish in this pond, maybe it's possible in the future for Grand Champion of a big of the All Japan, of a big prize of the All Japan?
Well, again, I mean, maybe it's possible, or maybe it's possible that something here can be good enough to win, but whether or not it will actually win, that I don't know. But all I can do is try the best I can try, but I need that dream, and if I didn't have that dream, there wouldn't be any reason to have these ponds. So
No.
I'm chasing something that, yeah, maybe it's impossible, but I'm just going to keep chasing it.
Yeah, I see. How old is this pond, Mike?
Now 3 years. 3 years in July this year.
And what you think about the results? Are you happy?
So far, yeah, I'm happy, but what I'm kind of more happy about is that each year the level of the fish that are coming into these ponds is also getting higher. So if you think about the first year, that was all really like stock fish. It was all Yumeiko Japan's fish that came here to raise in, not really many customers' fish. But what's slowly happening the last couple of years is a transition to being customers' fish. Like, so the level of koi that's coming into this fish house is climbing.
Yes.
So I think once we've got the next two fish houses done this year, and as you know, construction starts next week.
Yes.
Once those fish houses are finished, I'm hoping that the level of excitement within hobbyists in different countries, that excitement level is going to rise.
Right.
So more people will want more fish to come here to be raised up to chase that big dream. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
More people have more dreams, eh?
more people. I'm not the only person with big dreams.
No,
Yeah.
but I see many fish in that pond. What you think about the future? You have more room. How many fish you do? The good fish. How many will you do in this pond for growing up?
Well, looking at what we've got here right now, once the next two fish houses are done, realistically I would say probably about half of the fish from this pond will go into the next pond, 75 tons,
Okay.
75 cubic meter. About half of these fish will go into that fish house, and then other fish will go into the next fish house over. So the numbers will be much lower. Even with new fish coming in, the numbers are going to be lower. So
The results may be also better.
I think the results will be better because of the stocking numbers being lower.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be better results.
These fish are only in this pond of going out to the mud pond.
All of these fish are being raised in concrete.
Okay.
So and that's another thing as well, is we've got from next year another mud pond that we will use,
Yes.
and that's going to be really for koi that are stock fish, you make all your pound fish.
Yes.
Because I say that not because it's a better environment, the mud pond does have risk. And my thinking is that customers' fish need to have the best pony.
Yes.
And the fish that belong to us, they can afford to take the risk of going into the mud pond. So that also will help keep the numbers lower.
Yes. We had a discussion about the mud ponds little days ago. Why Tossai better in the mud pond than in the concrete pond? Can you tell why you think that?
I think in that initial year, I think from Tosai and Leeside, I think that a lot of the actual body structure of fish and quality is created in the mud pond. So I think from Tosai and Leeside, if you raise koi indoors from Tosai and Leeside and in the mud pond from Tosai and Leeside, I think the body structure in the mud pond would be nicer. Generally speaking, would be nicer compared to the concrete pond.
Yes.
I think that environment's better, and I think that gives them a better start for the following years of raising. I think from Leeside onwards, I think concrete's fine. Certainly, I think from Sandsai onwards, I think concrete's really the best environment. You've got so much more control over what's going on.
But why the body construction better in a mud pond then? What you think about that?
I think maybe it's a combination of things. I think mud ponds get hotter for one thing, and concrete ponds, if the water gets too warm, the fish kind of lose appetite. But I think in a mud pond, the same thing happens, but at the same time, there's more different kinds of food available in a mud pond, not just pelleted food.
Yes.
There's shrimps, all sorts of things in there. So
Natural feeding.
foods, the fish can eat all the time, even if their appetite's lower because the water's warmer. Still, they can keep eating a little bit more than they would in an indoor pond. That point, I think, is beneficial, but also a lot of what they are eating itself, I think, is better for the koi, building up power, if you like, building up the bodies more. And I think also the water depth in the mud pond is also beneficial.
Yes.
Like the mud pond we've got is about 5.5 meters deep, it's deep. And I think that helps build up the body structure on the fish from Tosai and Leeside. If you try to do the same thing with a concrete pond, if you had a pond of 5 meters deep trying to build up more body, most of the fish would end up just with sinking problems.
Yes.
And a mud pond really, because you've not got heavy aeration in a mud pond, it's just natural gas exchange.
Yes.
I think you don't suffer sinking problems in a mud pond.
Okay.
So I think that point you've got the benefit of pressure for building up bodies, but without the risk of swim bladder problems, sinking problems. So I
Yes.
think that's better.
Okay. Now, I have no more questions for you. Maybe later this week. And oh yeah, I have one question. You many years ago, you're testing the mud ponds from the breeders,
Yeah.
the quality. How is the quality in this area?
Oh, our one was the best, of course. No. The quality in this area is very good. Niigata, the mud pond quality or water quality is softer than this area.
Okay.
And that's also the reason why Niigata is the most famous region for both rice and also Japanese sake. Is because that water up there is so pure, it's so soft, that there's very, very little mineral content in the water. And because there's very little mineral content, there's very little influence to how the rice's natural flavour becomes.
Okay.
In areas like this, the mineral level, although it's still very low and the water's still very soft, there's enough minerals in the soil around here that it adds some flavour to the rice that arguably makes the rice not as delicious as Niigata rice. And arguably because of that, Japanese sake also is not as delicious in this area compared to Niigata.
Yes.
But I think the water in this area is still very good, but Niigata, partly because of the soil and partly because a lot of their water into mud ponds comes from snow on the mountain. That also makes the water have less minerals, makes the water softer going into the mud pond. So I think they are in really kind of a more enviable position in a way, I think, compared to this area. But nonetheless, this area, and certainly the surrounding area to here, the mud pond water level is water quality is really nice, I think.
Was a area what you think about that you say, wow, this is really, really good water?
It's hard to say, but even if you look at the borehole, we've got a borehole here which is pumping water from 83 metres down. And that water's really good. And it comes out of the ground with a very low TDS level, very low mineral levels. But we've got, as an example, like the TDS level on the water here coming out of the borehole is 53 parts per million. If you go to Takagawa Boy Farm, the water they've got there is less than 30 parts per million.
Okay.
So yeah, their water, in all fairness, is the nicest water I've actually found.
Okay.
Their borehole water. So yeah, they are in a real nice position water-wise. Yeah.
I thank you, Mike. I'm happy with your dream, but your dream is also that we can together bring a good fish to Holland.
Yeah.
And that people they will high of quality, we can do it together. We are together strong, and we can bring, and some people can the fish here at Yumiko, Japan, when we the highest class they will.
So I think there's not. I think it's. I would say it's a unique position. It's not a unique position, but there's not many people that are doing what I'm doing, like buying koi from various farms and raising them the way we're trying to do them. So I'm certainly putting a lot of effort in there. I'm just hoping that with the effort I'm putting in there and also people like yourself and your customers,
Yes.
that whole kind of network or team, if you like, both in your country and also in other countries, I'm hoping is going to build up a big network that kind of just adds more strength and power to everybody to get more pleasure and more success with koi.
It's good for the hobby.
It is good.
When the hobby is growing bigger, you are growing bigger in Japan.
Well, I think if I can achieve my dreams, then it surely means that some things are going well and maybe other people are achieving their dreams as well. So,
Yes.
hopefully.
Okay, Mike. I thank you very much
Thank you.
for you answer the questions. Okay. Bye bye.
Right, we need to go and get